What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Mekhi back at it in the building. You feel me? Now, today we got another Michael Jordan video. It's the fear of Michael Jordan explained. If you guys like the content and the videos that I am creating, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Also, recommend some videos that you guys will want to see in the comment section. The guys who have recommended some videos, I got y'all. They are on the way. Don't worry. And let's go ahead and get into the video.
Now, LeBron is universally respected and revered. MJ was feared.
I agree with that. We 5 seconds into the video, and I already agree with what Stephen A is saying. Michael Jordan was feared. There was a different type of fear for that man that people have for this guy. And he's going to explain it.
Difference.
The statute of limitations up. I was terrified out there.
Were you really?
Yeah.
You were scared of MJ?
Yeah.
For how long? Right when you took the floor?
Oh, the whole game.
The one thing that I think that he was unlike any other player I've ever played against is that there was a real fear playing against him. Like people, I've never seen like the league be kind of fearful of a player.
Kobe, not saying that you had to switch it up, but I didn't have that fear. Yeah. You know, Mike would have, you know, you better bring your game.
All right.
Hold on. Kobe did bring that fear in people too. I've seen it. I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that fear that they had when they played Kobe. And some people did fear Bron too. Some people did fear LeBron, but it's not as much as Michael Jordan. Not as much as Michael Jordan.
I mean, we was just all scared of Jordan, so I mean that you know, when you show me against him, yeah, I get a little hot. His regular season average against the Pistons was 37.5.
Good grief.
And then some nights he would get hot, Q.
People were afraid of him. We were his teammates and we were afraid of him. And there was just fear.
Catch the ball when I throw it to you. I just threw it to you.
I'm tackling an interesting topic that has more to do with the psychological side of basketball and less about the stats and the X's and O's. The quote, fear of Michael Jordan. You hear players from his era talk about it, you hear his fans brag about it, and you hear the NBA media preach about it. But what exactly is behind it? Why do so many people claim that they feared Michael Jordan as if he was going to cause them some sort of physical harm? After all he truly was just a basketball player. Well, I think the explanation involves a lot of surrounding context, but at the end of the day, the explanation isn't all that hard to understand once you understand that context. I've seen many younger fans on social media laugh at the idea that Jordan was feared.
And here's the thing. I've seen that fear before. Not from Michael Jordan, no. I've seen that fear in real life. When someone has that, it's a competitive type of fear. Like, you walk into the game and you're so nervous to guard this guy because he is so good. Like, you don't know what he's going to do. You know what I'm saying? He's that good. It's not a fear of, oh, he's going to hurt me. No, it's a fear of what he's going to do on the basketball court to you. You got to guard that guy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, the team is scared. Of course, the team is going to be scared. The coaches are going to be scared. Everybody's going to be scared of this one guy because he's that good. I've seen that hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? I've never been that feared before, but I have had a little bit of nervousness competitively coming into a game. So I've never had that level of fear for Michael Jordan, but I understand it. What I mean by that is I've never had that fear that players had for Michael Jordan. I've never had that level of fear, but I understand that.
After all, several players stood up to him. For one, Reggie Miller fought him, Robert Parrish threatened him, and you could even argue that the Pistons bullied him. Michael Jordan was not the most scary player in the sense that he would physically hurt you. If that was the case, then players like Ron Artest or Rick Mahorn would have all the stories about players fearing them. But you never hear that. In terms of his opponents, Michael was feared because of how he played when he was angry. There's a term...
Exactly. You make him mad. I've seen in the clips, man. I've seen the clips, and I've seen Kobe do it, and rarely, I haven't seen Bron do this as much as Michael Jordan and Kobe, but I've seen Bron, like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, it's time to tee up. Let's go. Like, I've seen it. But in the clips that I've seen, bro, Michael Jordan, when he turned that switch on, people don't want to turn that switch on. You don't see, some people are dumb. They say something, and then Michael Jordan will look at you and go, okay, okay. Everybody's like, oh, shoot, what did we just do? Or they be like, uh-oh, you done messed up now. And then it's like, it's too late now. Now MJ, he give you everything. You know what I'm saying? He gonna give you 50 by the end of the night.
Basketball, that a mad player is a bad player. And this is usually a true statement, because when a player is mad, he's more prone to play recklessly and in a forceful manner. That will often result in playing with an emotional approach rather than a practical one. An angry player is more likely to ignore his training and force his will on the court rather than responding to the opposition as is presented to him.
Now, depending on who the player, you can use that to your advantage. If that person gets angry, there's only going to go two ways. It's either they're going to play better because of that forceful whatever, or two, they may apply too much force and they start to play worse because they're trying to force and they're trying to play strictly off of emotion. So they may shoot and they may be missing more shots, or they may drive to the basket and give you a harder bump than if he was just playing, or he'll try to run as fast as possible. You know what I'm saying? But you can use that to your advantage if they don't know how to use it.
This mad approach will usually result in more turnovers, more personal fouls, more technical fouls, and more missed shots. But for some reason, Michael Jordan was the exception to this rule. Not only was Michael not affected negatively during his anger, but it seemed to have the complete opposite effect, as he often appeared completely unstoppable when he was triggered or challenged. The examples of such are basically endless. When Jeff Van Gundy called Jordan a con man, MJ responded by dropping 51 points on his Knicks. When Reggie Miller started trash-talking MJ, he dropped 40 points in the second half while shutting down Miller defensively. When Kevin Garnett got in his ear, MJ lit him up in the fourth quarter. When Magic Johnson told him that he better turn into Air Jordan if they were going to win that USA scrimmage, MJ completely took over. When he was eliminated by the Orlando Magic in 1995, and Nick Anderson said that 45 isn't 23, MJ came back the next season and swept them. When the media said that Clyde Drexler was the better three-point shooter, Michael Jordan broke three-point records against Clyde Drexler.
The thing about it, though, is that my favorite trash-talking story is always going to be Jeff Van Gundy. Like, the way he straight up demolished. Oh, my God. That game was crazy. And I don't know what he said at the end of the game, because he won the game. He won the game, and Jeff Van Gundy walked by him, and he said something to him. Michael Jordan said something to him. We don't know. Because they asked him at the interview, he said, oh, you know, he said what he said. And they said, can you tell us what he said? What you said to Jeff Van Gundy? He said, nah, I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that. So who knows what MJ said to that man? But that was wild. And that's actually one of my favorite trash talking stories. My second one would probably be the 45 isn't 23. I like that one.
Selected Karl Malone as the MVP over him, MJ responded by hitting the game-winning shot to defeat Karl Malone. When Dikembe Mutombo said that Jordan couldn't dunk on him, he proceeded to do just that. When someone said he couldn't dunk on someone bigger than Stockton, he proceeded to do just that. I could go on, but you get the point. Michael Jordan almost always got the one-up on his opponents. By responding with consistent excellence, he built up an intimidating reputation that he's one that should never be challenged ever. And that's where the fear comes in. If you're someone who thinks you're familiar with Michael Jordan's career, then consider this. When was a time where someone challenged Jordan and MJ did not get the last laugh? I promise that you can't name many, if any. If Jordan didn't get the last laugh in half of the examples that I mentioned, then everything changes. As the saying goes, if you can make God bleed, then people will cease to believe in him. Now, I'm not trying to equate Jordan to God like Larry Bird once did. But what I'm doing is making the point that someone's perceived fear and reverence only goes as far as their consistent actions. Back then, angering Jordan meant that you were responsible for your team losing. It meant that you were getting destroyed defensively, and maybe the person backing you up is now seeing an opportunity to take some of your minutes. Angering Jordan meant that you were likely to be embarrassed in front of thousands, if not millions of people. That is fear-inducing for an NBA player. The fear was not that MJ would crush you physically, but it's that he would crush you mentally. But don't just take it from me, take it from these NBA legends, who learned this lesson the hard way and decided that they would never trash talk Jordan ever again, due to their fear of the consequences.
Did you ever do it again?
Never to Michael Jordan.
Never talk shit to Mike ever again in life.
Well, obviously, I didn't say much to MJ the rest of the night.
That's
right.
He make a shot, you say, good shot, Mike. You know, you don't talk trash to him so he can go off for 60. You know, you try to kill him with kindness. You don't try to talk trash to him.
The thing that I admired about Jordan and Kobe, and this is the thing, this is one thing that I don't like that hoopers under the NBA be trying to do. Like, you can find in the rec league and stuff, they try to be that MJ, that Kobe guy. You can't be those two guys. Because one thing that MJ and Kobe had over those guys over there is that he has power. He has power. He has rings. He has people with clipboards looking at you. He has a scouting report. You don't. You know what I'm saying? So Michael Jordan and Kobe, what they used to do, and especially with their teammates, is they used to try to test them. They would test their teammates, and if they would fold, then that's how he knows, okay, I can't handle him. I can't give him the ball in these last moments because I can't give him the ball, and I can't count on him when we playing against Detroit. I can't count on him when we play against Indiana. That's the only reason why he was that hard on his teammates. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, Kobe and Jordan were hard on their teammates, because he's like, if you can't handle this in practice, what makes you think you're going to handle it against Indiana? What makes you going to handle it against New York? What makes you think, for Kobe, what makes you think you're going to handle it against Detroit or these teams, the Spurs, these guys here? What makes you think you're going to handle it if you can't handle it in practice? That's how he was with his teammates. Now, Kobe, I don't know how he was with, you know, trash talking out there. But Jordan, I know that he didn't talk trash to people unless you were his friend and y'all was really cool, or if you talk trash to him first, then he'll react and he'll do what he do. But if he's like playing against Magic Johnson, or he's playing against I don't know if he trashed. No, he did trash talk Larry Bird a little bit, because they got a little something going on. If he trash talked just friends, you know, anybody on the Dream Team. I know he trash talked Charles Barkley, all those guys. I mean, the guys that he was really cool with, he would trash talk to them. But anybody else, they said something to him first, and he would just go off. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.